Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Topham third at your service. Now we're going to be talking about this seriously because now it's a topic you will understand. Quote Trifity. Obviously, you understand where I'm going to come from. Obviously, like I stated, in the facts that going to come out of my mouth are always honest, truthful, and straight to the point. Right? A lot of you know that a lot of us are destinally entwined, if you would like to put it correctly. Right? But this is delicate now because it's a delicate pieces have to come together slowly, slowly catch a monkey, which is true, and it unfolds naturally as it unfolds for you. But the quote that I'm giving is also in the title, so you will understand everything that's unfolding is in truth, not in falsification. Right? A lot of people are afraid of what's unfolding. Sometimes a lot of people can't work it out because they can't work it out because they're working, doing the job they were set out to do, and it's unfolding in front of them, and they're screwing up everything they need to what they need, not want. It's the other way round, but it's a vice versa. In this case, we're dealing with two people here, myself and the person that you're gonna bloody, I'm gonna end up with, right? I know that for a fact, right? You know, when we were young and naive, we take things for granted and we don't know what's in front of us until we know that we're paying for our own lives in our own TV shows, movies, etc., etc. It goes down with territory. With me, it's a lot of my stories of my life. It's been spread out, so no one can't target me as like a big bullet saying, "You can't touch this guy because he's reality, he's fact, he's real life event," which is true, which is what my friends are saying. It's all reality, it's all facts, it's all truth. You can't beat it, right? A lot of people said that a lot of people that quote do certain quotes, certain information, details that narrow it down, compress it all, and say this is what you're gaining. You're not just needing it. It's coming directly, slowly for you. Why? I'm not rushing. I'm slowing down. Why? Breathing time, space time, etc. But it all adds up to family, friends, and connections. Right? A lot of people know exactly what needs to unfold. Right? A lot of people are pointing me in the right direction. Right? I'm not going to put who is pointing me in the right direction. It's who I got on my connections list. Right, there are a lot of people's lives on the line which I have to consider of, including my own family on top of that. Right, we all have to work together to a point, but there are things unfolded in truth that you can't deal with because it's unfolding in front of you, and then you say, "Look, here we go again," and it feels like that, but you're gonna get the result you need. Right, you're gonna end up with something you need rather than want because you need it. Right, you need it, I need it, everybody else needs it. But there is a some of us are destinally drawn together for a reason, right? It's a connection. It's the point, of course. Like I said, my family protects family, regardless if the bloodline thins out as extensions of the family goes. Then it goes back down to myself or one other individual, vice versa. It bounces off, right? Let me put this in perspective. When Doctor Fate said to to the individual, let's say Doctor Fate as a hero, the hero that looks into the future, but he can't look into his future because it's all fades and all. It's all that Doctor Fate can't look into his own future because that he can't relevance it. You know what I mean? It's like saying it's like a Chinese cookie, but it isn't. It's fact. It's been said on television as it is going to be in real life. Right? The quote that he quoted was, "You are the one he will need. He is the one you will need." Quote, and it's fact and all. Right? When people watch programs, they don't take in what needs, not wants. They don't actually understand why. Why is this guy coming out with things that is a needy, which is true, it's not a want, it's a need. I'm not disputing that I have connections everywhere because I have connections everywhere wherever I go. Friends and all, family and all, connection all the way through. Right? A lot of people are just extensions. Some are people that have lost the bloodline or lost the connection or lost whatever. But my family always tell me in the end, even if they are alive or dead. Right? I get the point. There's things in front of you that you can't explain. Right? I mean, a lot of things have been explained to you. Right? In truth and in logic and facts, it all comes to light. But because there is so much that people can't fully understand, th- there's no tricks into this. This is reality of everything. Right? A lot of people may say, what? Drop jaw as they do, and they don't even think on the bigger note and realize, what? You know what I mean? It's the truth, but it's logic as well. When Dr. Fate really established this in Smallville, he made the quote very clear and crystal, right? Because he stated to Tom Welling at the time, the one who plays Clark Kent for slash Superman, you will lead this generation as Hawkman led ours. That's that's quotably fiction, but it's actually reality when it happens unfoldably in truth. Right? But then when Lewis Lane comes in, who I know quite well as well, says the same that Dr. Fate quotably told her, you are the one he will need, he is the one you will need. Right? It is fact, it's truth, and it's logic. Right? You can't, when things are written in black and white, you can't deny it. Right? I can't deny it because it's truth, it's fact, it's logic. You can't defeat what's unfolding in front of you. You are like saying, what? How does he know all of the information? I said, look around you. Do you see people actually feeling happy with themselves? No. The answer will be a definite no. Because you're using what I said. Some people have a way of knowing things ahead of schedule and working it all out. My life is so spread out that I'm in programs, TV programs, movie shows, and everything. It all adds up. My life is in every one of them. Even my mother, safeguarded as hell, she was like in every program at all and movie. So even the new movies are coming in, ding ding ding. We always have the connection, right? So it's no debate on what you're getting is what you're seeing, but the same thing applies. We talk about heroes, we talk about hope, we talk about what is a need, wants, and all of that, but we break down the wants and get the needs first. Why? The needs are so important right now, right? And in the day, you're just thinking, right, how do we get this guy to move forward? As example, like myself, you're looking, you're looking at it from another angle, not just looking like you're looking to me as face-to-face contact, right? Right? I'm giving you a benefit of the doubt of real life facts, real, real life facts that haven't unfolded correctly yet. But it's unfolding correctly, yes. I'm warning you, and I told you straight. And in the day, it's all facts, it's all truth, and it's all logic. Without mentioning too many names or people involved or places, even that, there are things connected. Why, if you break the connection, that's your fault, not mine. Why, I get there's a lot of people that know exactly where I'm coming from, logically, but in the day, you at this point, a lot of people knew about me a lot more than they take for what they take for granted. But they don't realize it's unfolding the truth in front of their eyes in reality. So it's unfolding the truth as it would state, but then you've got to work out why. There are things in this world that we take for granted sometimes. Sometimes you don't realize why. Why people know things but they're too afraid to open up. Right, it's another thing, you know. I'm not afraid to open up, but I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not being a bully. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not that either. I told you I wasn't Diesel 10, and I'll just put you right in a picture of that to nail it down. Why do you think there's 5 members of the STEAM team as example to say we are the Guardians? But we also try to tell you a little hint and a message to point across to say this is why. Right? In the day, you're going to end up saying, yeah, God. You know, a lot of people just think this is all just fiction. No, it's reality because people are playing it out in reality, and a lot of people get problem, let's say problems in between because they can't work out how to solve what needs to be corrected here. But because my grandfathers on my mother and my father's side, they knew everything from the beginning. They saw the future ahead of schedule. So did the second gen, but they couldn't say too much because a lot of things that I'm coming out, I have to put it on record for you guys for the future. So you don't have to repeat the same pattern. All you have to do is continue it and continue it and continue. When I said, right, it's the key and the answer to everything, right? When Dr. Fate, I'm repeating this again, Dr. Fate said to Lois Lane, as example, you are the one he will need, he is the one you will need. Which is quote, and it's fact, and it's logic, and it's reality. Right? When it all unfolds in front of you, you're getting the result you need. But I know it's difficult at first because nobody picks it up and realizes, okay, where is he coming from? Logically, right? I get it, right? In the day, when certain people realize about my physical well-being and health well-being, which is true on both sides, I don't blame them totally, but private connections know a lot more than what you know, right? It's hard to grasp at first, but then you say, you know, when Dr. Fate quoted on Clark, right, Tom Welling, as you know him, right, private connection and all, he was sending you the message straight there and crystal. My life has been spread out with different programs like just like my mother, always. But you've been watching our lives in reverse because you're doing it in reality as well. When people realise, oh shit, 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 I said, look, every day you've got to work out when Clark got told this, you're the one to lead this generation. When Hawkman's last done ours the last time. So work it out forward. It's reality, yes, it's fact and it's truth. When Lewis Lane came through the door, ding ding, you are the one he will need. He is the one you will need. And Dr. Fate quotedly said it. Now, if he did that off screen, that'd still be fact and it'd still be a quote and it'd still be truth. And it'd be logic as well. You know, I'm not going to do this one as a long podcast or half an hour or whatever because I'm narrowing it down to 15 minutes tops. Why? Because I've been honest. Right? When I say these things, these are realistic issues, realistic facts, actions, and all of it in one bucket. When Dr. Fate, and I'm going to repeat this again, this is no game. This is reality. You are the one he will need. He is the one you will need. Quotedly. But you have to get real. So this is reality of the same scenario, but I'm actually giving it as a proper quote and title to get people thinking in their head. Why? He's saying that. I said, did you ever know that people don't have proper fates? They have destinies set in motion already before they were born. Right? There's a lot of people should be passionate about this, but it's also realistic, it's fact, it's logic. I said, did you ever know that my family's so damn gifted? As example, we come back every generation to fix your problems. As example, but I'm not working on my own on this one. Because it takes time, patience, and virtue on everything. When it all unfolds naturally, it will occur to you, and then it adds up. There's a lot of reasons why I'm stating it. In truth, in logic, and fact. In the last podcast, I'm not going to go down in detail. I stated to you, I am watching. Eyes and ears everywhere. It doesn't matter. The problem is, the facts are there in front of you. Right? I warned, I told you I'll be monitoring the North Norfolk Railway as example to put them back on track, right on track. You know, when people do little special events like the 1940s weekend and all of that, that would be included, obviously, but they screwed up. They keep screwing it up. I said, look, end of the day, people will end up realizing the North Norfolk Railway hasn't got much to offer, right? But in this case, my life, right, has to have a forward, right? We have to go forward in life, but it takes a little while to go forward. It's not one of those things I can rush. That's why I quoted it as this: "You are the one he will need. He is the one you will need." But it's targeting that one individual in particular who I cannot name, plus myself. So it adds up, it equalizes it, and then you get an answer at the end. Ding ding. It adds up. It's not one of those things like a cookie jar where you get this quote and then it comes out, blah blah blah, you get the drill, and it's actually a real life quote. Because it's something that people need, not want. They are really are pushing it to get that support and help. Not just helping me out, but the support as well. I said, you are the one he will need, which is true. He is the one you will need. It's vice versa with me and the other half of me. You know, when we are separated, we are two halves that are meant to be a whole as one thing to get you back on track. You know, I can't work on half a segment and not on the other half because it doesn't work. When we are separated, it's a problem. So when we are together, the thing comes together slowly, slowly. We don't want to rush it. We don't want to break down. We don't want to cause confusion or delay. It adds up. So when I state you are the one he will need, he is the one you will need. But you need to quote it out because it's to do with me and my other half. But people know about it, but they can't see too much of it. It's facts, it's logic, and it's respect. When you know what you need, but you have to wait for it just a little bit longer. I know it's like a time on a ticker for me and a time ticker on her as well, which is true. But as long as I've got the facts, the truth, and the logic on it, I can't say too much. Alright? It's fact, it's logic. The truth is there, the title's there, everything falls into place. Slowly. But when you talk about love and respect for each other, sometimes we have to be drift apart just a bit. Why? So we can have a bit of breathing time and space to know exactly what's unfolding in front of us. You know, there's a lot of time when a lot of people don't have the time to sit down and talk or understand what's unfolding, and it's really hard. I get that. Things unfold naturally. And when the things unfold to you, or me, or her, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It applies to all the Steam team as well, but it also applies to us too, obviously. But the thing is, overall, love is there for both of us, but we have to have a little bit of time apart to spread it out a little bit more because there's a lot more to give. I've got a lot more to give, and it's a lot more than just the Thomas the Tank book itself. It's the realistic version, which is what people can't understand. This is why we had 30-year gap last time. It won't happen again this time. Why? Because I'm fixing the problem here and now, and I'm correcting it. I'm not going to be BSing because this is no bullshit. It's straight to the point. And that's why it's all truthful and all fact. about it. There's no lies or deceits. It's just the way it plays out at the moment. You know, when people do things for you, don't stab them in the back and say, "Why, you're a liar, pants on fire." I said, "No, I'm not." Even my dead grandfather knew it on both sides of the family. So you can't target them and tell them they're liars, pants on fires, because it won't work. And you can't blame the rest of my family and all on top, all safeguards, right? They're watching from above. They don't need to be below me and say, "Here you go, boom, 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 whatever next I need to do next." I said in the day, the people below me are the new generation of steam teamers. Basically myself and four others, which is true. But then you got to get realistic. The steam team has returned, yes, but now you got to wait for Lady Hat to surface. But you have to be patient. I know the identity of the individual, but she needs to. Like I said, we both need breathing time at the moment because there's so much I know that other people may not fully understand yet. You see, my grandfather on my mother's side of the family kept it a secret for obvious reasons to prevent the same disaster happening over and over again. So you can see why I'm treading carefully. But the title, "You are the one he will need, he is the one you will need." It's just quote, but it's a full-time title. You can't get any more out of me now because now you have to let it unfold naturally. Thank you very much in every angle.